Damn. Cooler and a flyer too.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show that's cooler and flyer too. What's good, A1 family? A1 Forever Sports. I am Chris Tip Moore, back with another episode segment here of recapping last night's game between the Hawks and the Rockets here. Hawks fall, man. Hawks fall to the Rockets, 128 to 122. The Hawks came into the game anyway off a big win against the Sacramento Kings, while the Rockets only had one win in their last 10 games coming into this one, which is just more just like a, you know what I'm saying? But okay, regardless. You don't want to be one of those W's, you know what I'm saying, in the win column for a bad team. You know, you really just don't. But unfortunately, that's the case for the Atlanta Hawks at this point. The Rockets came into the game third in rebounds, third in offensive rebounds, excuse me. And the Hawks, they was without, excuse me, the Hawks, they were without Clint Capella, and who had a dental issue and unable to play. For anyone who has had, you know, it's a dental problem, you know, you should know that it's hard to do anything if you really, you know, having that dental issue, that dental malfunction in the mouth. And it's something that I had to get situated and handled, and it caused him to miss the game. And boy, was he ever missed. You know, honestly, for those who, you know, had slander for Clint Capella, should really just, you know, go ahead and fall back now at this point, because last night was a clear indication on how important Clint Capella is, and, you know, just a testament to how good he's been playing. We missed those double-digit rebounds. You know, of course, you know, Yucca, he had some good rebounds as well, but well, I'll get to him in a minute. But we definitely missed Clint Capella. All right, so the Rockets, they brought the energy in the first quarter, you know, so jumping out to a 9-point advantage before good old AJ Griffin made his presence felt, you know, stepping in, hitting his first three-point attempts. And then it seems like, you know, he just didn't see the ball no more toward the end of the first quarter. I know Trae and Dejounte kind of started getting going. And really at the end of the first quarter was kind of like a testament of what the game would, how the game would unfold. Griffin also became the second Hawk rookie to go perfect from the 3-point line in the first quarter, with at least with at least three attempts. Dejounte Murray, DJ. He fed off it. Like I said, he was starting to feel it. Trae Young, he came in the game and he would add to the totals. Even though it was a loss, I will say that this was like the first game I really seen Trae and DJ really feed off of each other and go off in the way that they did. You know, they've been struggling for the past few weeks. Well, a few games. I won't say weeks. A few games, you know, so just getting you know, in the offensive flow that they're normally capable of. And last night was, you know, was a shooting expedition, but they only had 8 assists between the two of them. That's not good. You know, 83 points between the two of them, but these two are your primary ball handlers, and it's their job to get the rest of the team involved as well. John Collins and DeAndre Hunter, they went 0 of 10 for three. 0 of 10 from the 3-point line was Collins and Hunter. Both players, you know, combined to go 5 for 19 against Houston. The Hawks overall, they shot better, but, you know, you really missed those extra points from Hunter and Collins. Um, you really, it's all because really, honestly, you know, they wasn't able to touch the ball. It's just like being on a team, you know, some guys are going off, and then next thing you know, they pass you the ball, and you're kind of cold, you know, you're kind of cold. But again, the Hawks, they shot better overall. They had less turnovers, you know, they had more blocks, but they lost the points in the paint by 16. After that, they had the nerve to lose the points off turnovers and assists. And to finish it off and to top it off, the Hawks got absolutely dismantled on the boards, 59 to 28. Yeah, just 28 rebounds out of 87 boards. Clint Capella, again, was sorely missed. And the Rockets took advantage of him not being in the game. And like I said, slander should be calmed down about CC. No more trade rumors, none of that mess. Double O, he had 4 points and 11 boards on 0 field goals attempts. 0. The bench itself only produced 19 points for the Atlanta Hawks. 11 of those points came from AJ Griffin, who was not utilized enough in the game, just like Okongwu. Just like Collins. I mean, Collins was like 2 for 7, you know. I mean, he wouldn't. I mean, he only got pretty much 7 touches. What Hunter? I mean, he had a few touches, but I just feel like Hunter just had a really bad game, offensively, just overall. And Okongwu, he really wasn't touching the ball either, because I'm saying the boys was going off. As I said, first time DJ and Trae go off for 83. DJ career highs in points, threes, and all that, right? But we lose. We lose to one of the worst teams in the league. You did. Hunter and Collins, they couldn't really get it going. I mean, the Hawks, they won this matchup, it's on paper, and they could have won that game, easily. Just, they got away from team ball. I feel like that altercation really hurt. Coach McMillan, he stated that it wasn't any defense being played. You have to respect the game. And that is correct. That is. I mean, you kept a young, scrappy team in it. And like I said, maybe a little ego got into it because you started playing one-on-one ball at the end of that little altercation that you had with Jabari Smith and Dejounte Murray. And that kind of like turned the tide a little bit. It almost like kind of like energized the Rockets a little bit, like, hold on, man. We can get these guys. Back to the one-on-one guys not touching the ball. By the time you get me the ball, I'm ready to shoot. I'm kind of cold. I haven't even touched it. I ain't even touched it to really just even move around. Guys were standing around. A lot of standing around when the pass didn't come. So a lot of just sitting back watching Trae or Dejounte. And then by the time, guys would get the ball again, like I said, they'd be passing up shots. They're unable to finish. Man, you got to keep your team involved. Go off, but also just keep your team involved so you can get that W. This is a clear indication, and I understand some people out there are probably like, well, if we would have won, people wouldn't be saying anything. It's still something to be looked at. It's still something to be noted, win or lose. Because, as you go on into the season, people are going to have more film on you. It's not going to get easier. Regardless, the Hawks were up by 16 points at one point. So going into the fourth, they were up by 10. And they got outplayed, 34-18 to earn this 11-8 record going into Sunday. And they're going to have to shake it off because guess who's pulling up on Sunday? The Miami Heat. And it's a must-win game. This was a very important week, I thought, just because you had the Cavs. You had the Cavs on the ropes, but execution, offensive plays, not getting the right people in the right places, not putting the right rotations, etc. That's been the case like really all week, regardless of wins and losses. You lost to the Cavs. You beat the Kings. But now you just lost this game to the Rockets. You should have won this game. And then you'd have been coming into Sunday on at least a 2-game win streak, going at Miami, feeling more confident, feeling everything. Instead, you're kind of like in desperation mode now because you need this win. You need to keep pace with the top 3 teams. I definitely believe, Atlanta's a top team, but they have to show it. And, I don't have to tell you guys that. Y'all see it just like I see it. But that was absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And Atlanta fans deserve better than that. You just got to play ball, man. You can't get out of your game. You can't get out of the team game. Get your points, but make sure that you keep control of the game. Coaching staff, I'm like, I've had a few conversations on this day about, the game. And, I'm not disagreeing with anyone's opinion, just especially like on that poll that I put on the channel. Just whose fault was it? Whose fault was it? I'm glad. Thank you to all the my subscribers who chimed in on that, tapped in on that. Got about 30 votes. Thank you. You're golden for that. I appreciate that. But yeah. So, some people said, I think it was like 60% said coaching staff, 60% said Trae and Dejounte. I mean, honestly, I got to put it, 50-50 on both. Because like I said, the players got to play. The players got to be held accountable. And, they have to keep the team involved. Coaching staff, if the players are not, keeping the team aspect a priority, you have to make adjustments. You have to say something, no matter whether they're a star or not. It's just good coaching. It's all about the team at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, team ball is what won the game. That's why Houston won. They played team ball. They were energized. They kept rotating. You kept leaving the door open for them. They weren't doing anything spectacular. They just was hustling and they just wanted it more. They hustling and they wanted it more. Give me effort 100 times out the week. 7 days a week, give me that effort. Man, we can probably still win some games we're not even supposed to win, That's what Houston's thinking about. And now they have 4 wins. 4 wins. You just can't do that, man. You can't do that. Again, Miami coming in on Sunday. Atlanta moving forward needs this. They need to string some wins together because the trend of Atlanta has been flip, flop. You're going to win, then you lose. You're going to win, then you lose. That has been the theme, honestly, for the last couple of weeks. I'm pretty sure, since some of you guys have been paying attention to that. And if some of you haven't, that's exactly what's been going on. They've been flip-flopping on wins, flip-flopping on losses, trading back and forth. Atlanta needs to string some wins together so, again, they can keep pace with the top teams. And, they've beaten good teams. They have to get it together. They've beaten good teams, but they also have lost games that they should have won. We all know that. Too many times this season, in my opinion. It's just happened too many times this season. The Hawks have 8 losses. About 4 or 5 of those losses, you really can say, Hawks, what are you doing? You had that one. It needs to be addressed fast because after Sunday, you've already played 20 games. More film is going to be on you. You're going to start to play some of these teams again. It's not going to get easier. I understand it goes both ways, but I'm not caring about how it goes that way. We just need to take care of business as the Atlanta Hawks. I really don't want to call this a must-win game, but Atlanta needs to win this game. They need to string games together, like I said, so they can keep ascending in the East. Well, y'all, that's my take right now in my recap on the Atlanta Hawks and Houston Rockets. Disappointing loss again. Had some good things that happened, of course, 83 points between your backcourt, but you still take that L, and that's the one that we just got to hold. Unfortunately, we have to hold that, and we've held that, and now we have to move forward and get ready for the Miami Heat. Let's go ahead and get a bounce back win, guys, and I'll be right back at y'all with another video shortly. Until then, be generational because it's always time to be. A1 Forever Sports, the show that's cooler and flyer too. Why settle for less where you can have more with the vision? Until next time, y'all, peace and blessings to you. Y'all be safe out there. RIP. And, my heart goes out to all victims, that suffered over the past Thanksgiving break and before then, anybody's families that's just been going through anything. And also the people who are suffering that, are not national news and national wide, just my heart goes out to everybody, man. Y'all be safe out there. You have one life, protect it. Until next time, peace and blessings to you. I'll see y'all in a minute. I'll holler.
A1. Yeah. Truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Damn.